So trimester means 3 times open class per year. So that's why also the summer session is optional. So somebody mostly says the semester school. Semester school is 16 weeks times 2 times per 1 academic year. But the quarter system school is 10 weeks times 4 times per year. So 10, 10, 10, 30 weeks per year. And the other one 10 weeks vacation. Some schools say it's a leave of absence, it's not leave. It's vacation, 10 weeks. Most schools in the California is quarter system. 10 to 10 to 10 and break. Course break is exactly mean, not leave of absence. Leave of absence means is if I have some very big problem or in hospital or something like that, and the doctor's letters attached to vacation, that's the exactly leave of absence, okay? But mostly we say is break, course break. This is vacation, only 2 examples. So quarter system schools open 4 times, but the students take the class only 10 weeks. Some schools is 11. Okay. So this is the United States college level operating system. In the United States, in the California, especially, I want to show introduce the California schools. In the California, 2 kinds of school, every state is a private, public. Public means the states operate the direct meeting. So public schools, 9 campus, UC, and 24 campus CSCDs. As you know, this UCLA, UC Santa, UC Urban, something like that. This school is liberal school system. In the Korean says 종합. All major they have it. Also PhD. And next. Cal State is also public school in the California. 24 campus, CSUF, California State University of Fullerton, CSUN, North City. 24 campus in California. This school only open master level, no doctorate level. But some California schools, some California State, for example, California State in San Francisco, they open for nursing course, something, or Cal State Fullerton is they open for, I'm not sure, education PhD course they have it. So anyway, basically they don't have the doctorate because the California states open 2 kinds of school. This one is focused academic course. Cal State is professional courses. They are focused curriculum or the major open this. Okay? So in the California, 9 campuses, cities, 24 states. And more public class college level is community college. Community. About 220 something. I'm not sure. 212 something. Community college is there. Yes, Valley College, Irvine College, Urban Valley College, sectors college. In the LA area, there are four kinds of famous schools. Pasadena City College, Glendale City College, Santa Monica College, LACC. The community college also two kinds. One thing is transfer. The other one is career. They open the campus focus on transfer credit or career college. So career college means get a job. Transfer college means transfer to UC or Penn State. For example, Barack Obama president, Occidental College, Occidental Community College, very near, and then he transferred to Columbia University. But this is very old history. Nowadays, for instance, wants to MD, medical doctor degree, or JD, or BAMDA, medical. These schools, 2-3 decades ago, most students focused were admitted in the community college first, and then transferred to UCC, and then getting the medical doctor program. So very old person, if you meet the old age doctors asking, what kind of degree do you have? It's only MD, medical doctor. No bachelor, no master. So the other story is that later I explain again. And the private, Stanford. And yes, this is very famous two schools. This is Chapman in here. Stanford versus probably UC Berkeley, correct? USC, UCLA. They are fighting on sports or major, but academically, they are very open, widely open to class and something. So this is for California school system. Probably UC series tuition about $70,000 to $80,000 plus dormitory 16 to 17 or 15, 14,000 per year. But this school opened the college system. And okay, I have one more knowledge for you, American knowledge. Bachelor degree, bachelor's degree, and master's degree, and doctorate program, one degree. In the United States, very unique system in the world. Most schools, bachelor, master, and PhD. Korea is in the Asia state. So if I graduate the medical school in Korea, only bachelor degree. In the meantime, intern and resident, they get a degree, master, and PhD. It's not important, just processing only. So if you meet some doctors say, oh, PhD, it's not PhD. It's not PhD. In the United States, doctorate level two things. One means academic doctorate, and professional doctorate. Two things. Only United States. So academic degree PhD, philosophy of that. Every major have a PhD. I said UCC opened every major for PhD course. Biochemistry, education, anything, everything. But the professional doctor degree is about 30 doctorate level in the United States. First, DBA, JD, MD, FAMDOT. This is professional degree program. So DBA is especially business example, bachelor and MBA. You heard a lot of the MBA course, MBA. Master of Business Administration. This is not academic class. MBA is professional degree course. And MBA can transfer to or upgrade doctor degree program, Doctor of Business Administration. The most country they don't have this system, but this is doctorate. JD, okay. I want to be a lawyer, and you got some communication or economic, any kind of credit in the community college, and then apply the JD course. It's okay. But nowadays they don't accept the admit, very difficult. So the JD is Juris Doctor program. In the meantime, they are passed the baby exam or something, and then get a lawyer. Medical doctor is also same. Most parents knows the medical school system because actually it's a 2-year pre-med, and then we can apply the medical school and other major schools, but it's impossible nowadays because there are many students applying. So MD course, medical doctor degree program need to at least bachelor degree program for chemistry or biology or something like that, because they don't competitive. So, totally the 3D case alone, most students graduate the community college or pre-med class, but they don't accept that because they want to be a high quality student. So if your children wants medical school, focus the bachelor degree, no community college. Also the PAMDOT is also same. So there are about 30 kind of doctorate levels degree courses, very unique United States system. Okay, this is the I introduced the United States education system. Any question? Okay, this is not related to international trading, but class is class, so I will show the day class very briefly. Introduce the introduction to Great. Okay. Today class learning outcome, learning objectives. We have 5 learning objectives. First, identify the policy instrument used by government to influence international trade flows. So later I will introduce the new trend and modern international trading theory. And the second objective is to understand why governments sometimes intervene in international trade. As you know, in the world there are many kind of factors or some difficult things each country or some fighting, as you know. And third objective is summarize and explain the arguments against strategic trade policy. Now, new trend is focused the strategy. Okay, strategically approach the international trade also. And the fourth objective is describe the development of the world trading system and the current trade issues. Now, what kind of trade issues? And system. And the final objective is explain the implication for managers for development in the world trade system. There are two kinds of world trade system by some microphoto or something. So I introduced the pictures for your understanding. Okay. So first, what is the public policy? The government policy and the international trade. What kind of relationship there? So sometimes we call the government policy is public policy. So public policy refers to law and the other actions of government. Government doing the government. So later I explain that. There's a public policy refers to the law and actions of the government, including its funding priorities. So if we get the tax and then the government doing something, the definition says it's action. Action means it's doing some business for the people, see? So which project is priority? It means it's harbor first or the airplane or station first or something like that. So anyway, these things is refers to the public policy. So there are some kind of definition and types in public policy or government policy. Public policy impacts what the government does and how governmental decisions are made. So most people are affected by the government policy. It determines the actions that the government choose to implementation and or they will emphasize as a decide not to act on it. Everything is priority. If we have some money in pocket, which one first? Buy hamburger or buy books? See? So because it's already budget is given, something like that. So people decide the parties because it's in the United States two parties, as you know. It's Republican. And the other one is the Democracy. Now just Biden here. So in the United States, very long history in the democracy. Republican focused growth. They are focused main concept or issues. The Democratic focus distribution, but the other hand, Republican focus growth. So they are very familiar to firms. They are familiar for people. So in the in the social economics, this is for time. This growth. Most country wants to develop it. The basic theory is that very powerful and standard developed theory this time. This area in charge of democracy and growth distribution. Growth distribution. This is a very standard country development theory. But most countries in the 60s to 70s in the Korea style, or 19th century China style, only growth. The growth have something problem for distribution. As you know, the richest getting richer, more richer, and poor become more poor. This is for capitalism countries have big problem. So anyway, in the United States, about 200 years they replaced the comfort and power one by one, 4 years or 8 years, and then developed the strongest country in the world. This is the standard, but now it's different. Also, just my personal idea. Trump, he is a Republican party, but he is not Republican. He's a Trumpism. Trumpism means he brings no art, no issues, no theory. Only he focused his mind or not, his outer mind, or his own vision. That's why most of the system is weak. So very difficult to recover the old system. So basically, this is our story. Basically, I showed this picture for your understanding. Democracy means it's a government where the power is held by the people. Most of that is follow this one. By vote, vote, and then the representatives lead the country. This is democracy style. What is a government? Government means it's a social institute set up to promote and protect society through formal rules and services. This is government. So somebody says, I don't want to pay the tax. Why? I don't want any benefit from the government. First, she can use the drive, but free. How can? So some very stupid guy says it's a taxist, stupid government style or something. Not particular story. Some young American guys, blue color or some low levels guys says why I say to why I pay the taxes. It's pretty big or something. Very big complaint. There are belongs to the republic. Okay. The democracy is distribution, getting more tax and distribute. The Republican is focused corporate or funds, and then the owners more extend the job opportunity and more invest, and then getting a job opportunity for the people. So, but they are different focus. Democratic focus directly people. The Republican focus the funds and then fund support the people. It's a little different approach there. There are three main levels of government: federal, state, local, and the United States. Government for the country, the United States. State government rules over an individual state, Georgia style. Georgia, something. Local, community city. Okay, so some Koreans confusing the LA. What's the meaning of LA? LA means city name, or what? Community, county name. It's different, but some people is confusing them. LA County, LA City, Orange County, and something like that. But some people is confusing this county. Okay. This is the local concept. three kind of types in the world. Corresponding the United States government structure and the three branches of government. There are three kind of policy types. Legislative policy, administrative policy, judicial policy. Legislative policy means is policies enacted by Congress, state legislature, and city council in the United States. There are city council and state council, representatives, something. Administrative policy means executive branch policy established by the president, state governors, state mayor, and the political appointees, and by federal and state agency and city offices. The bureaucracies means this administrative mechanism. The judicial policy means policies established by the federal and state courts. So government operate the nation's three kind of policy, and then they control or operate the country. This is called policy types. And we have especially international business class. So come back to here. There are some example of type of the public policies: regulatory, constitutional, distributive, restitutive. It's not important to test. And we introduce the international trade. International trade last week. I defined and overviewed the definition. The economic transactions that are made between countries, as you know, when the items commonly trade are consumer goods such as television sets and clothing, everything, capital. Also, they focus the trade for what? For banking. International trade and the public financial intersection are generally conducted for the purpose of providing a nation commodities, relaxing exchange for that is produced in abundance. Such transactions means is each country have pros and cons, or there are some resources, uneven resources. So in this case, each country make a benefit through the international exchange. That's the international trade. There are lots of international trade in the world, so but especially I want to introduce the 10 kind of problem for international trading. This is common sense for your American life. So I'll show you the 10 kind. Okay. Because this is for a little bit help for your life in here. But anyway, I want to introduce to you the most common issues you can face during international trade. If you have some business between countries, there are 10 kind of the problems. First is distance. Distance due to the logistics problem. Most country have some business degree course in the minimum side. First is business, economics, and accounting, and trade, international trading. So when I was in high school, I was be some businessman and just come forward. And we admitted this and then I choose it. Business major, economic major, accounting, or international trade. At that time, this is 1980 story. Now it's also same. The first priority, second, third, fourth. So first, freshmen didn't focus the class. They have no credit for admitted for other majors. So that's why they have no choice. Folks that move to the international trade department, international trade major. Accounting is also same thing. But the business and economics is very popular and very competitive area. But nowadays, it's reversed. The international trade major is more powerful, getting job and more money. Right? So most students nowadays they want this priority. So nowadays they're different. Anyway, first thing is distance. Same products, but the different area. This cost is different. And the difference language also. And difficulty in transportation and communication is similar, different language. But nowadays, language is not problem. If we send something, talking for the phone, automatically, real time translating, and the mid-screen transit. But nowadays, very developed systems in banking or financial. So nowadays, a little bit release the mid-screen the transaction. Lack of information about the foreign businessmen. But this is also saying now in the world have same information real time. This is not problem nowadays. The import and export restrictions. This is also a little bit problem in the nowadays. There are some engaged politics. So you cannot import, export, especially North Korea or China or something. Nowadays is Biden has some very unique international policies for chips and automobiles. Documentation is not a problem nowadays. Study of foreign markets. There are lots of information in the world, so this problem is no more. The problem is payment. Also, this developed or powerful payment system in the world. So it's going frequent market changes. This is also say local business. Just somebody report the top 10 problems in the international trade. This data from I think it's 5 years old. So nowadays, international trade theory focus the strategy. Strategic trade theory. It describes the policies certain countries adopt in order to affect the outcome of strategic interactions between firms in an international oligopoly. Monopoly, oligopoly, something. So there are district product boundary. So each industry is dominated by a small number of firms in the strategic trade theory. The terms of strategic in the context refers to strategic interaction between firms. So the strategic means how we approach the method, ways. This is strategic. So Michael Porter is creative this concept in the market. And then, I'm not sure, but it's 1980s, the later I show that the Michael Porter's focus the strategic approach in the marketing first, and then later this is enlarging the every area of marketing, human resource, accounting, finance, every area adaptive strategic approaching. So trade theory also adaptive the strategic concepts. This is Michael Porter. So the main idea in the theory is that the trade policy can raise the level of domestic welfare in given states by shifting profits from foreign to domestic forms. It means is other country firms move to something, and then this is more benefit or more productivity or something. So there are many kind of factors for trade. Even if the domestic trading is also, but this is international theory also adaptive, the strategic approach is more powerful benefit between countries. This is for strategy. Nowadays, they are enlarged for area for R&D. First time, they focus on the product or service exchange, but nowadays, R&D. Research and development or the investment. So the R&D also investment improve the international trade strategic approach factors. So mostly companies have some part for R&D investment department. They are focused at the international trading. So let me show you the pictures. For your understanding, for strategy. Here you go. Okay. The strategic trade theory definition is that national government can make its country better off if it adopts trade policies that improve the competitiveness of its domestic firms in oligopolistic industries. It means it's competitive. Which country have the competitiveness? So, and they focus the competitiveness area, and then they exchange. This is first strategy, the trade theory. And nowadays, move to extend the another area is new trade theory. A little bit change over add something factors for strategy theory, trade theory. That there are gains to be made from specialization and increase US. And the companies first to the market can create barriers to entry. The US is economic system, something is not good. The keyword is the barriers. How can we overcome whatever concentrate conquer the barriers? Because it's the United States have two countries, so North America, Canada and Mexico. So they are sort of NAFTA, they connected. How can we create or overcome the barriers? This is new trade theory main keyword barriers. First move advantage. Government may play the role in assisting its home companies. Okay. Government also need for another actions to existing companies. Okay. This thing trend. Okay, there are two kinds of new trade theory. The new trade theory, strategic trade approach. There are two kinds of contributions. The for Krugman. Now she's alive. Krugman is a very famous people, famous professor. The how trade is altered when markets are not perfectly quantitative. That means is nobody have perfect quantitativeness. This is change. Change contingency or change condition or change everything for time period. So for Krugman is focused, the market is moved and change. This is a new contribution, trade theory focus factors. The other one is Michael Porter. Michael Porter is examining the competitiveness of industries on a global basis. He was sorted by each area, and then which brand has some competitiveness better than other country or other brand, and then he divided some area for global competitiveness, basics, maps, something like that. This is for Michael Porter's outcome. So let me introduce just one, and then we finish the class. Okay, just one. Okay, Michael Porter's research famous outcome is Porter's diamond theory. It's a model designed to describe the effects that the attributes of domestic markets have on the competitive advantage of firms or nations in the international market. These things Porter's suggest diamond models. So this is circulation. Factor conditions. Each of the same trade-off that the firm's strategic structure and the liability, and related and suffering industries, and demand conditions. They are developed and more enlarged the trading, this circulation. This is Porter's diamond model. Okay. And the other one is he suggests Porter's 5 forces in the trading theory. The model identifies and analyzes 5 competitive forces that shape every industry and helps determine an industry weakness and strength. This is a SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis from market, strength, weakness, advantage, and what's that? Purpose. Anyway, they're focused. Here is my firm's position here and here, something like that. This is for Michael Porter suggest SWOT analysis. So this concept goes to the strategic trading theory, and then Porter's 5 forces theory in the trading theory. So just briefly, just show the title. 5 forces title. The competition in the industry. So which country have the competition? And second force is potential of new entrance into the industry. Some futures. The potential. Which country have some potential or some futures in? The power of suppliers. The power of customers. Treat of substitute products. there are many kind of substitute products in the world, but nowadays only this smartphone is no institution. So anyway, my brothers suggest 5 forces. Forces means is push power. So competition and potential power supply. How many people there supply? How many customers there? And also substitute subject. If you have some fan, nowadays very hot, as you know this issue. So do you have you don't have the fan? Just pictures is okay. So fan is okay, but air conditioning is okay. So that is the substitute fan. This international trade also very follow the copy the domestic industry system. This is for further suggestion. Okay, this is all today class. Any question? And nowadays very hot, very hot, and basically I don't want to focus here everything. Also same thing I think. Eh? Okay, thanks for coming and take it easy and okay, see you next time.